Hello, everybody. This is Joshua Hatton with One Nation Under Whisky. I'm here today, and as always, with my good friend, my business partner, the dear Mr. Jason Neal, Patrick Harris, Johnson Yellen, and we are graced by the ever wonderful Jessica Rabbit Guillermo Lomas.
Hi. Do you like my new office?
Yeah, you're not in Glasgow town. You're in Bridgewater town.
Yeah. And do you know
It
how
seems a little brighter behind you.
look at the sunshine behind me. I don't know what to do with myself.
Is that why you had to open that window in my dining room? You're like, I need sun shining on me.
It's like get all the vitamin D while you can.
Which is amazing, actually. We do have vitamin D supplements just on that dining room table to your right side. So if you
I've been taking them every day for years.
Listen, I don't want you. I don't want you to overdose, though, Jess. Like seriously, it could be problematic.
After life
Look at the
in
color of
Glasgow.
me. I think we're good for a while.
For listeners, Jess showed her porcelain forearms. So
Porcelain is the color of the foundation I wear. So joke's on you.
Well, not only is it good to have you on the podcast, Jessica Rabbit Guillermo Lomas, it is also good to have you in my home. So I am still broadcasting from my office in the garden. I can see you through the window over here. Thank you. So yes, make yourself comfortable while you're in the house. You have the fanciest of coffee cups over there. So
that's very true. Fancy coffee cups and jokes on you. I am next to the biggest bowl of, I assume, Halloween candy that may not make it to Halloween if I sit here for much longer. Yeah, I've got some whiskey. I mean, I think you've got the majority of the whiskey, but I've got plenty to keep me busy. If I was to accidentally on purpose lock you out of your house, me and the cats would be fine.
The news, however you decide to take it, is all the bourbon is in the house. So there's no bourbon in my office.
Oh.
There you go.
Well, so I can see 2 bottles of Scotch whiskey. There's a nice Arden American that I can see peeping out over there. There's a Kilhoman. And I have some bottles for later in our conversation on this table. So I think I'm good for a while.
Look at you, happy to slum it. Always appreciate it.
Trooper.
So,
all right, what's the name of the game?
Yeah, the name of the game. I mean, the listeners and the viewers will have read it either on the masthead or on their phones or on their computers. But the name of the game is to announce and to share and to taste through what are our wow, those are not
Are you a pirate now?
This is like Steve Hawley with the RRPs. RRPs. The RRPs.
What are our favorite SCN whiskies of 2025? And those will include our favorite U.S. online bottlings, our favorite U.S. retail bottlings, and our favorite rest of world bottlings, the bottlings that don't come to the U.S. So we're each going to have 3. Easy breezy. Three. So 9 bottlings all together. Now, for listeners, for viewers, we're towards the end of the year. We may touch on some of this again. You know, we always do our favorites of the year, where we touch on our favorite whiskey of the year, our favorite event of the year, so on and so forth. But for today, this is sort of us highlighting favorite single cask nation only, to give you an idea of, you know, maybe what you want to be thinking about for future bottles for your holiday season. So this is us, right? Getting ready to pour our favorites.
I think the top of the show reminder is this episode goes live October 29th. We will not be unleashing the new website until November 6th. So whatever we're saying today, store away for November 6th, when sales on the website return, along with the launch of those new 6 bottles as well.
Yeah, fair point. So what are we starting with? Are we doing it in that order? Is it online and then US retail and then global? Do you want to do it in that order?
I'd be on board with that approach. Yeah. I also have already poured my ecom, so if we started on ecom, that would fit with what's in my glass.
Okay, because
Okay,
I
well,
haven't
pause
poured it
dramatic
yet.
effect while I open
Oh,
something.
hide your
Hang on, I'm
bottles.
gonna open... No, you can't say
Keep your
anything. It's
bottles
okay.
low.
Here, I'm gonna do this at least.
Oh. I know Joshua's winner. I know the sound of that cork.
Just from the sound of it.
It didn't come from the bottle, that cork, though. That's the thing. That's a joke only for the listeners. The viewers didn't laugh at that joke.
It's okay.
I thought you
Neither
were
did the
gonna say
listeners.
a joke for your OnlyFans page.
Yeah. Listen to the Patreon to know where that cork did come from.
So what are, before we go into these, like, I'm just curious to know what are the things that tick your boxes when you select your favorites. So Jess, I'll start with you. What do you think about when you select your favorites?
Well, obviously there is an element of my own personal biases. So if it's a dram that I already like, for it to be a single cask nation version of the thing that I like is definitely a bonus. That's always appealing. Sometimes it's maybe a dram that has taken me by surprise, and it's an opportunity to try something that either maybe we've put it in another cask, like for a second maturation, and that's different to normal, or it's just a distillery that I don't necessarily drink a lot of. I talk about this a lot. We're very spoilt, the three of us, but anybody who's part of the industry, really, we have so much whiskey all of the time, everywhere, from every discernible corner of the globe, that sometimes there are just things that I kind of overlook. And it's not because it's whiskey that I don't like, or I think it's not a particularly good whiskey. It's just because it's not something which I am constantly drawn to. And
Yeah, that
so
tracks.
when you get poured a dram of it, or you get an opportunity to try a cask sample of something, that can be really fun because it's a chance to try something that you have not been looking at.
Yeah.
I'm trying to not
Yeah.
give away maybe one of my answers.
And I'm sitting here thinking about my answer without giving away my selection. But definitely, I think when we're going through the selection process and we're thinking about the way that cask may resonate within the nation, to then go out and pour it, or to then receive texts or hear it on social media, or see people when I'm pouring in person, when that dram has resonated with the nation the way we were hoping, and
Yeah.
that feedback is coming back from the nation, that's you're digging this the way we're digging this. That really elevates my selection for the year.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah, for me, quite often my favorite is the one that surprises me. It's not necessarily the very best of the best out of everything that that we've selected or bottled. I think a really good example is I did a tasting a few weeks back, and we had 6 bottlings. And on that night, I selected another bottling as my favorite of the night, but the particular bottling that I selected as my favorite is different from the one that I selected as my favorite of the night. So quite often it is the surprising one, the one that sort of reminds me why I drink whiskey. I like to be reminded of that sometimes. So yeah.
Very
Yeah,
nice.
no, I absolutely hear where you're coming from. All right, do you want to lead the charge, Joshua? We can have a wee guessy guess on what's your glass. This is always the classic moment when potentially the three of us have 3 different things in our glasses, and we're
Or
going to
the
ask you
same.
questions about what you're getting, and then we're going to be sniffing
Yeah.
our own whiskey, like, I also get almonds. Isn't that interesting? So I'm going to put my selection to the side for the moment, and ask you if yours comes in a non-traditional cask, by which I mean, is it not bourbon cask? Is it not sherry cask?
So it is not a bourbon cask. There was definitely sherry in this cask. There's I mean, you could look at the color. There's definitely a bit of sherry presence happening
A
here.
rich amber there, maybe a
Yeah.
burnt orange happening there. Could be the reflection of the light off your hand, but it does look like a beautiful color.
Yeah, good color. Overall, there is sort of a warmth in this room, but yeah, rich amber. I would go with that.
There you go. One for the listeners. Jess is on here looking at the color, so she's totally in the inner circle here.
That's true. For once, I'm not in the car shouting at you.
She actually closed her eyes when you held that up to the camera there. She only wanted to hear our verbal description of the color. All right, I know my next question. Jess, what do you want to ask?
I'm playing this game semi-blind because I have only seen the US bottlings escape out of the door. I've had Jason erroneously left his office open for 10 minutes. I had 10 minutes to drink and find as many things in his office as I could. So,
and you didn't even walk away with a 4-page bottling guide. Like that was
I didn't want
an
to
oversight
touch the
there,
4-page
Jess.
bottling guide. I thought you would lose your mind if you walked in and that was gone.
So for the benefit of the listeners, as well as for the benefit of Jess, so again, these things change as we go through the year, but so far, US e-commerce this year, we've released Tormore 10-year-old in American Oloroso, Ardnamurchan peated 9-year-old ex-bourbon, Joshua's favorite distillery, but it was ex-bourbon, so he hasn't chosen that one. Locranza peated ex-bourbon, Rosary Burn, Spanish sherry, Blackspoke Bridge, Spanish Oloroso, Glencadam, STR Oloroso. We did the 3 Americans. We did the peated Balcones ex-bourbon. We did the Cedar Ridge peated with Sauternes. And we did the New York Distilling Rye. Then we've done the Codder Springs 8-year-old, Benriach 14-year-old. Oh, the Codder Springs was New Charred Oak. Benriach 14 had some Chinkapin, heavy toast. Clinlish 12 ex-bourbon. That's where we're at for the year so far. New livery is not getting played at this point in October.
Correct.
So those are the bottlings. So with a little sherry there, it's interesting. Is it a space cider?
Oh, that's a tough one. So it is not a space cider.
Jess notes. It's not a space cider.
No.
Is it a Scotch?
It is Scotch whiskey. Stop looking at your notes. Stop. You can't have a cheat sheet.
I should have taken the sheet off this guy and brought it into the house and sat on it.
Honestly, honest to goodness, I thought you were going to pick the Cedar Ridge peated in Sauternes, which is why my first question was whether this was ex-bourbon or sherry.
If I'm being very honest, that was my number 2 pick. It was between the two. That Cedar Ridge is so damn good.
I'm really surprised. Even when the cork went, I was like, he has picked the Cedar Ridge, but yeah, hadn't he? So, okay, Jess, I will throw the Scotch back over to you then.
I thought that would be a good game, for a podcast in a non-visual format. I'm opening a bottle. What do you think it sounds like? Okay, so we've got that it's... So I guess maybe if it's not a space cider, I'm going to say it's a Highland. I was trying to memorize the list as Jason went through it to be like...
Now that I'm not allowed to look at it.
Now that you're not allowed to look at the list.
There was definitely... It's the fact he said there was definitely sherry in this cask. Like, that's the... I feel
so
like
that also, I think,
with
means that has to be a traditional sherry cask. That can't be one of our... one of the casks that's kind of popping up a little bit at the moment is these slightly strange STR that are then re-seasoned with sherry, and they're not allowed to be called sherry casks. So I'm going to say it's not. There was one on the list that was an STR Palo Cortado, so it can't be that.
Okay.
And so we haven't done an STR Palo Cortado for Ecom this year.
No.
We
thought
did
you
do
did
the
say-
STR Oloroso
Oh, sorry, Oloroso.
Glencadam.
Right.
Yeah, STR Oloroso Glencadam.
Do you want some notes? Maybe
Yeah,
will
definitely.
that
Yeah,
help?
we're moving in that
Sure.
direction.
So are you waiting? You still want to throw some questions at me before I give
No,
you
no,
some notes?
I'm ready to do some sleuthing.
Yeah. Did
Okay.
you answer the question about it being Highland?
I did. Yeah.
And what did you say?
That it's a Highlander.
Okay, thank you.
There was a
Thank
nod.
Oh, actually, I don't think I did, but now I
He
did.
did,
Yeah.
he did like a grin that I interpreted as like a yes. It was like a
Okay.
Yeah. It's a Highlander. Stop looking at your notes, Jason. He is such a cheater. You cannot have that cheat sheet.
you just can't bear to be wrong.
Come take it out of my hands, Hatton. Come take it from
Motherfucker.
me.
No, I can't.
Give me 2 minutes.
The trouble
listeners. I'm
is,
just
though,
going
like
down the shed.
honestly, like
Jess, you gotta
we're
stop.
so deep into the 2026 plan
Mhm.
that trying to think about what we released in March of this year, like that's a difficult proposition for me. I'm a man of a certain age, Joshua, and I feel like you're trying to make my life more difficult. This feels like elder abuse.
It's great. I love it.
Is there a number you want me to call for that? For someone to come and rescue
It's
you?
it's a 1-900 number.
Come see my OnlyFans for my elder abuse.
No. Paging
Oh,
HR,
yeah.
quickly.
All right, Highland Sherried, give us some
Mhm.
notes.
All
He's
right.
going to
Well,
say things like dark fruit, dark chocolate.
Leather,
it's
tobacco.
so first and foremost, no, I'm gonna change that. Up front, it's more of a malty presence than anything.
Hmm.
I would argue that the cereal comes forth more than the sherry. That the sherry takes a bit more of a backseat. And I'd say there's a bit of clove going on,
Oh,
a little bit of spice, but then you've got this like,
Clove makes me think of our September releases.
yeah,
Stop
but
looking at the sheet and the
it's
shelf.
not that dark. It's more bright. Overall, it's a bit more bright.
Okay.
There's
Clove, bright, Ecom, Highland, Sherry.
there's almost like a grape must kind of note to this on the nose. I feel as if that one should really
Yeah.
you checks notes.
I have to
Thanks,
check my
guys.
notes to see if I said it out loud because I'm looking at something that we didn't release this year, and it's not on the notes. All right, great
Yeah.
must.
Yeah,
Is it from the September releases?
it is. Oh, so do I have to do I have to answer these questions?
Always, yes.
Oh, okay, then
Yes,
no, it's
generally,
not.
that's the point of
We
them.
have 9 to get through, and we're on number
Okay.
1. You
Yeah,
better
okay.
answer
So
these
yes.
questions.
It is not from the September release.
All right.
This was from a bit earlier, and to be honest, and I will say it's actually still. It is still on the website. If we had sold this out, I would still have selected this. I mean, even though we call this like this isn't a buying guide. This is still sort of a favorites. Like I still would have selected this as my favorite because a favorite is a favorite is a favorite, right? But I was surprised that we still do have this one on our website because it makes no sense that this should be on our website. Like, what are
Have
people
you
doing not buying this?
have you done the thing where you've picked the thing we didn't release this year, but we're still selling it this year?
No, we released it this year. We definitely released it this year.
Okay.
One hundo.
Hundy P.
P. All right, let me give you some tasting notes. How's that? All right, ready?
And this is
He already has some great must.
Yeah, that great must.
So that grape quality comes through even more so. And I would even argue it's got some I'd almost say, oddly enough, a bit of Welch's grape soda. There's some God, there's things that I want to say, but I don't want to say.
Just say we go.
Oh,
I'm literally looking at a list of bottlings and I can't guess what it is. You can say anything you want right
Parma
now.
Violets, Pixie Sticks, Fun Dip.
So is it the Glencadam?
Is the Glencadam?
It is the Glencadam. Yeah, so you just avoided saying FWP. Yeah,
I did.
All right,
It's
the Glencadam. Okay.
I like that you also didn't stop me when I said it's not a real sherry cask.
I said that there was sherry in there. I said that the cask held sherry.
I knew
didn't
as
say it
soon
was
as
a
you
sherry
said that
cask.
sentence. As soon as
Dear
that was the
listeners and
sentence,
viewers
I
of
was
this
like,
podcast, write in and lodge your complaints.
he's saying something here without saying something here.
But this surprised the hell out of me. I mean, we said it from the get-go. You don't get flavors like this typically outside of 80s Bowmore.
Yeah.
And it just
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm trying to think. I poured this for a group. I poured this for Stephen Benson's group in Wichita, Kansas, last week, and we were kind of talking through that 80s Bowmore quality, that floral component of this, and again, it did exactly what we knew it would do, which was some people really loved it, really dug it. Some people it just didn't fit their style. Like they don't like that more floral style. You're like, hey, respect that. We took the charge in putting this out front to let people know what was happening. So, now I wish I had Glencadam in my glass, but I'm still happy with what I do have in my glass.
All right. Well,
so that Glencadam, your e-commerce. So, what was the one you were saying? The tasting you did, where you picked one on that night that was your favorite. What was happening that night, and what did you pick?
So I had poured our Clynelish, Benriach, Cotter Springs, the Glencadam, Black's Boat Bridge, and shoot, there was one other one that escapes me, but it was the Clynelish. The Clynelish was just ticking all of the boxes. And if it wasn't that one, surprisingly enough, it would have been the Cotter Springs. It's so rich and fruity and so like dense. Yeah, just really, really good. So
yeah, that really surprised people in Wichita, which was really fun to pour. Jess, why don't you go second?
Okay. Well, I'm going to hold it up for the camera for the listeners to really enjoy the color of this being held up to the camera. Actually, I think the lovely Virginia Sunshine is making this look slightly darker than it actually is.
Oh,
put it up against my very pale skin, see if that helps.
Put it up against the
Oh, now it's black, basically, at this point.
How jolly rude. So this is obviously exciting for me because normally when we do this, I just have to either hope that I've managed to pinch a little sample of something from Masterton before it makes its way to the US, or I've begged a bottle off one of you to post it back to me. But because Jason left the door wide open, I'm going to say, so if you know where Jason lives, that's trouble. Left it wide open, and I've had, like I said, a little try through the bottlings that I have only seen sort of electronically floating around on our system and on emails as they come in and out of the UK. So this is exciting for me. So this looks nice and pale. I don't know on a Jason scale of colors. Maybe like pale barley. I'm trying to think of some of the good names that you come up with when we're looking at colors.
Well, that sounds a bit like white gold to me.
Yeah. Oh yeah, maybe a white gold or white tea. Healthy sample to take to the doctors, I'd say.
Good on you. Good on you, girl.
Kidneys are functioning nicely here.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you're keeping hydrated. I like that. Speaking of water.
So are we talking ex-bourbon maturation with you?
I think we are, yes.
Okay. So we're
I'm definitely like a bit of a bourbon phase currently. I'm really loving bourbon whiskeys in general. I go through phases where I really want kind of sherried. It doesn't tend to be seasonal. I'm not one of these people. It's like, oh, it's Christmas, we should drink sherried things particularly. But I'm currently in a bourbon phase.
Huh.
Okay. Oh, hey, nothing wrong with that. I've been in a bourbon phase for years, bourbon cask phase for years. For the benefits of the listeners, if it's ex-bourbon, that puts it in the category of Ardnamurchan peated 9-year-old, Lochranza peated 8-year-old, Clynelish 12-year-old, and that's it for 2025.
Oh, wow.
We have more ex-bourbon coming November, December. So yeah, a little less in the ex-bourbon family through the first 3 quarters of the year. But we
Okay.
will finish with it strong. So
Okay.
okay. Oh, so then the question is,
Right.
is
Is it peated?
It is not peated.
It isn't. Oh, we just answered it. That was like
Yeah.
the quickest finish ever.
Which is why when Jason was like, "You should go next," I was thinking, no, let the listeners forget what you just said. Let him spin some webs.
This is why we can't have the cheat sheet, Jason. Like Sting wouldn't like this game.
We're never getting through 9 in an hour, so we gotta stay on point here. It's
All
also
right.
I really want the listeners to be able to know what we're pulling from here, and not just kind of general pie in the sky. But I think what remains important is, what did you like about that? What resonated for you, Jess?
When I was left unattended in your wide open office, my immediate reaction after I'd looked at all the things that are kind of, if you're watching this, you can see the top shelf above Jason's head. I had a gut reaction to immediately start drinking the things up there, because there are things up there I've not seen in donkey's years and I never get access to. This bottle, the Clynelish 12, was the first thing I actually poured and was like, okay, time to do some work. Let's get serious. This is the first bottle that I grabbed and poured a quick dram of. And it made me think that we've not selected any Clynelish for ROW in quite a long time. And that's maybe something we need to rectify in the not too distant future. Because I love Clynelish. And this dram is it's not the dirtiest, waxiest Clynelish I've had, but it's ticking all the things. And it kind of, it's a warming sunshine whiskey in the lovely warming sunshine Virginia weather. It has got.
We'd had a Linkwood available for Jess, she would have 100% picked a Linkwood in ex-bourbon.
Yeah.
With her sunglasses on.
Yeah. What I like about this is it's obviously got some classic waxiness to it, but it's got this lovely kind of custardy. Jason and I just grabbed a coffee and they had some nice pastries when we were paying, and I nearly picked up this kind of like pastry bun that's got like custard in the middle. It's got creme pat custard in the middle. In Norway they have them and they're called sun buns. I think that's the translation for them. But so it's a bit like that. It's got this kind of custardy sweet pastry, and I think that's kind of what's happening in this dram. So maybe I was led by what I've just witnessed in the coffee shop, but it's got that kind of sweetness. Yeah, I really like it. And it's also got I think there's a kind of berry note in the middle of this. Makes me want to think of a little bit of kind of almost blackcurranty, like tart berries. Nothing, not massively like sometimes I get in a Bowmore, but just a little bit in the middle. So it's not a completely sweet dram. I think it does have like a solid structure to it that's got a bit of bite. It also, given how much you two take the piss out of me for this, has an ABV which is not in my normal go-to range. So if you have not taken advantage of getting hold of this Clynelish, it is 61.1%.
Yeah.
So this is embarrassing, but I was recently in Germany and everybody agreed with me that most of the time there's no need to be drinking whiskey this strong. But sometimes when you find the right cask, it leads itself in a way that it hasn't occurred to me for 1 second to add water to this. This is absolutely drinkable at this strength.
Yeah, that's been one of the aspects for me pouring this for people is nobody leads with what's the strength on that. And then once you can present the cask details and you mention the strength, the general comment is, I would never have imagined 61.1. Nope. It doesn't drink like that, but it brings the texture, it brings the lipids, it brings the oils, the fats, the flavors. Yeah, it really delivers. Yeah, just a really excellent dram. So I'm glad you picked that. I'm glad you got to taste that as well.
So am I. Well, I'm not, because now I'm furious that I can't take a bottle of this home with me. It's one of these, it's a very dangerous game that I'm sure many listeners and viewers to this podcast will agree with me, is sometimes it's better to just not know what you're missing out on. If you try a whiskey, it's very dangerous. Every time I come to the US, I find something that I think, I really like that. And if it's, if I can jam a bottle in my suitcase, excellent. And if not, the FOMO sits with me on the plane home as I think, that'd be really good. I would have liked that.
Geez.
I mean, that's one of my major faux pas in life, becoming an avid Westland fan, is picking a distillery that is far, far away and doesn't ship.
Mhm.
And so all I've done is create myself a permanent state of FOMO. And luckily, I have lots of very kind people who look after me. But that's I should have got really into like Tobermory or something instead. That's much more achievable. I can go there, have a nice
Yeah.
holiday. come back.
Glasgow Distillery, right? It's just right around the corner.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just get Chris to pick it up on the way home.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
Yeah. Trust me, as someone who picked Lechig way back in the day, it's getting harder and harder to source Lechig.
Mhm,
for you, I will go to the island and see what they have and come back. I'm that kind of selfless guy. I'll do that
Well,
for you.
you know my collection is independently bottled Lechigs.
Well, we're going to have to do something about that then. So yes,
There we
this Clay Niche is my pick. It's exciting to actually this year when we're doing this be able to get my hands on trying a couple of the things that have gone to the US. As I quite often jealously watch them going out the door. Last year, I very jealously watched that Glen Scotia go out the door.
Oh,
And I
yes.
thought,
we talked about
and
that a
Joshua
lot.
very, very kindly brought me one back to the
Mhm,
Independent Spirits Festival in March. So I do have a bottle and I am not sharing it with anybody.
mhm.
Man, I
It's
nearly
mine,
picked
yeah.
that for 2025 after picking it in 2024. Right, just keep picking the Glen Scotia.
Right.
Yeah,
Over and
absolutely.
over.
Cracking.
Do it in 2026 as well. Why not?
All right, friends, I want to be drinking.
All right. Do it. All right.
Tell us your
let's
color.
start then.
What's in
a
your
really
glass?
nice, rich blonde on this. There you go, against my
Blonde on
forehead.
blonde. There you go.
There you
I
go.
think it's got green in it.
Look at that.
That's
Yeah.
just Jason's red lobster skin forehead.
Red green colorblind. I don't know what you're talking about.
Does that mean that whole wall behind you is a mystery?
Don't know what I'm seeing.
All right. So bourbon cask it looks.
Bourbon cask.
All
I
right.
can
So
lean
that
into that.
narrows it down to 3.
Absolutely,
This is fun
absolutely.
if you and I have picked the same thing. Is it peated?
It is peated.
Okay.
Then we've won a watch.
So here's right. This is where you try to think about Jason and you think about how he grew up and the
Oh, yes.
island that he looked out
Oh,
upon
yes.
growing
Oh,
up.
yes.
This has got to be, if we know Jason, and we think about Single Cask Nation and our beginnings in the first cask that we've bottled, being an Aaron, this has got to be our Lacranza. It has got to be our Lacranza.
It has to be, doesn't it?
Right.
Just it has to be.
Yeah.
But it isn't.
What? You fucker. It is. It's the Art American?
Yeah.
It's not.
Clearly.
Wait, what?
It's the ex-bourbon cask I didn't name for Jess.
You bastard.
This is the balcones.
There's a game to be played here, friends. There's a game to be played.
Right, I demand a rematch. I'm confiscating your sheet. I will have your sheet. As the person who's naturally at a
You
disadvantage not getting these.
Son of a
shit
bitch.
stirrer.
Love it. Couldn't be happier to be here with both of you today. So
Wow.
very vegetal, very minerally, certain quality of mezcal. I've talked about even a white clay agave grown mezcal quality to this single malt.
Are we accidentally sliding into the start of some sort of agave-based podcast here?
You know what? One Nation Under mezcal.
One Nation Under white clay.
So very much, very much to the point I was making earlier. We thought this was a special cask when we selected it. Taking this around the US, pouring this for the nation, keeps turning heads. People keep saying that's not like anything I've had from that distillery. That, to me, is the remit of the independent bottler. That's what we set out to do, is continually show different sides of a distillery. So,
Can I say it?
Go on.
Balcones peated 4-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Yep, sitting right here beside me. And this has got a cork that goes ee. And so I was certain you had the Cedar Ridge. I was certain of it. So there you go. I was certain you had Cedar Ridge. You were certain I had the Lacranza. Jess,
Do you know why my cork did that? So the cork that I had on this Glencadam, there was something wrong with it and it broke. And so I have an old You can't see it. I don't know if you can see it. It's an old Ardbeg cork that I had to put in its
Those
place.
are squeakers,
And
yeah.
they're squeakers. Yeah.
Yep, definitely. Oh, yeah. And so that Balcones on the website, once it comes back November 6th, $85, right? I just think for what that delivers, and then for our dear Jessica Rabbit Guillermo Lomas, the Balcones, which you will be drinking later this evening, is 66.3% alcohol.
But I
And
kind of expect that,
does not
especially with our
drink like
American
it.
single malts and anything coming out of Texas. Like, I think
So-
mentally you have braced yourself for the concept of perhaps it coming in hot.
So that's the big change for this one, right? This is ex-bourbon cask Balcones. And then at some point, this was removed from Texas and actually had California maturation on it. And so this has got a much more relaxed Balcones characteristic to what a lot of people assume from Balcones. Even to the point in pointing out the color, even as it sits in the bottle there, right?
Yeah.
People are so used to darker Balcones colors.
Yeah.
This is much lighter, and then obviously in the glass, showing it like that, right? Like much brighter, much more reflective gold in the glass. So
Yep.
yeah, I
It's
think this
also
is
fun, the
showing
idea of like a
different side of maturity.
two-sided climate in it. That reminds me of the bourbon that we did a couple of years ago that was jointly released between both sides of the pond that had done half of its life in Kentucky and half of its life in the UK.
Oh, yeah.
And that definitely had like a remarkable effect on certainly the palate. I suspect the actual speed of maturation, I can't imagine unless you're very carefully nursing where your barrels are in a rick house. There's not much in Kentucky making it to 24. There are obviously some notable exceptions to this. That even I in Scotland am aware of, but by and large, Kentucky is not looking to age whiskey or bourbons to that age. So sending that to Scotland and doing a 50-50 maturation is really interesting and remains one of my favorite things we've ever bottled. But mainly because people come and seek you out to say, do you have more? And I laugh and I say, no, of course not.
Yep. Our dear friends in Wichita, Kansas were asking if we had any of that bottling last week. So
That's so funny. No, we sold it out in 9 minutes on the day. Sorry about that.
Maybe this is a strategy for 26 we should have. We'd sell like a bulk of it and then keep like a few sneaky cases back. And then 3 years later, we're like, hey guys, guess what we've got?
I'm not going to say the name out loud, but we know where that happens.
Several places. I could name you multiple. So
Why didn't we think about that though? Why didn't?
Because we had to sell every bottle to pay our bills.
Because I think we're the nice guys, and if you want to sell a thing,
Yeah.
also that means that one of us would have to look after it. And I know that I would not be able to either not take bribes to take bottles out of that stash, or actually personally just drink it all myself.
It's easily done. Well, with that said, Jess, I feel like you got done on your clean list selection there. So why don't you open the floor with US retail, and we will give you all the guesses.
Oh no, because I've still got that clay leash in my glass. Okay, well I'll put the bottle closer to me, but not on camera.
There are more glasses just to the left of your shoulder if you want to get into the armoire.
Good God, so there are.
Oh, wow.
Okay, talk amongst yourselves while I.
While we wait for Jess to return.
Look at these! Look at these fancy glasses that I could be. Oh my goodness! I'm scared of these. Some of these are very fancy.
Yeah, be careful with the pheasant glass. My mother-in-law collects those and sends them to us for our collection. And
I didn't know you collected.
Yeah, we do. I collect pheasant glass.
It's cute. I like it.
Yeah, Sata takes very good care of us and sends along. But I don't quite know how much they're worth. We pour cocktails into them. You and I will be drinking a cocktail in one of those at some point in this trip.
I'll be
shaped like
too
a pheasant?
to break the priceless glasses.
No, they're traditional.
You're just drinking out of a large bird.
Yeah,
yeah, like the wild turkey
lead-lined
bottlings that are in like all the creepy birds. We've got one of those at home. I have to put it. I can't look at it. It's got a very creepy face.
Now I'm just excited to see which glass she did select.
Just a normal person, Glencairn.
Oh, look at that.
Oh,
Westward glass.
Yeah.
Yes, but it's not Westwood in the glass. Okay, so color. Well, we've gone kind of not full extreme of one to the other. My very pale plain niche, and then my dram number 2. It's got some nice beading on the glass. Don't know if my camera's going to pick that up.
Oh, nice. Nice, nice, nice.
So this definitely falls. I'll give you a preamble and then I'll open the floor to guessing. This definitely falls within my category of this is a really delicious distillery, or it's really delicious whiskey from this distillery that I just don't get around to drinking too often, and that's semi-laziness, but semi-living in a world where I have too many things to drink, and I, contrary to most people's belief, I don't actually spend every day, all day drinking. So I try to.
Funny you should bring that up.
Given my escapades yesterday, I'm not doing very well at that. But if you're in an airport, 10 a.m. breakfast cocktails are totally allowed. And
Checks out.
sometimes they are breakfast design. I had a Marmite martini yesterday.
Isn't that insane? Isn't that insane?
Yeah, it was really good. See, if I had given you that as a
one says
cocktail
that.
and said it's a breakfast cocktail, it's a very rich umami. If I had given it like a fancy play on words, umami cocktail name, you definitely would have drunk it and been like, what's in this? And then I'd have said Marmite and you'd have done that face you just did. Like, I love Marmite. So that's why I ordered it. I was like, let's
wild.
see
So
what it's like.
wild.
Anyway,
they
that's
didn't
not
have a
even the most
Vegemite
offensive.
option for vegetarians?
Sorry, Aussie
Is
people who I
Marmite
love
not
very much. Though.
vegetarian?
Yeah,
Sorry?
it is.
Vegemite?
No,
Both
Or is
Marmite,
Marmite-
isn't it vegetarian?
Yeah. they both
Marmite?
are.
It's vegetarian, isn't it? It's not vegetarian?
All right.
Yeah, they're both vegetarian. It's just that
Yeah.
Vegemite is like the Australian version of Marmite.
Yeah.
What's the beef extract one?
Oh, that's Bovril.
All right.
That's what you drink at football matches out of little plastic cups while you're eating a
Yeah,
pie.
I thought there was a beef extract spread as well. Maybe.
Yeah, Bovril.
Bovril spread.
Yeah, it's like a
Joshua
same
loves
shape.
Marmite and suddenly had a panic attack.
No, I don't love it either. I'm just getting. I'm starting to taste my lunch right now as we're having this conversation. Can we talk about
All
whiskey,
right, back
please?
to what Jess is drinking. That is SCN approved.
It's not a Marmite martini. It's SCN approved. So yes, this is a distillery that I don't have regular occasions that I have gone to a bar and picked it out. That's on me. That's my fault. It's not a comment on this distillery.
Interesting. From our US retail lineup.
Okay,
25.
So does that mean that do they have their own bottlings then?
Yes.
Okay.
Not
That's a
huge
good question.
numbers.
I like that. We don't normally ask that
Not
question.
huge numbers, but they do have some. Can I also say, while you're thinking of the next question, pouring this out of, and I've always struggled with this, when I get the chance to try our 75 CL or the 750 ml bottles, because there's only 50 ml difference. It's not a massive difference. It's not like pouring between a 50 and a 700. There's just something ever so slightly unsettling pouring out of a bottle that in your hand feels ever so slightly too big. This is
So
a
weird,
750 ml bottle.
It's so weird you say that because last week I was talking about the 16-ounce pint over here,
Yeah.
and it feels very different from the 20-ounce imperial pint in the UK, and it always feels like something's missing. Like it feels lighter to the turn. Like
Yeah,
it's only
it's wrong.
4 ounces of liquid, but it just fits the hand differently.
Yeah, my very, very first trip to the US, when I came to the Jubilee in 2016. 2016 was my first Jubilee in New York. I went to the hotel and we checked in, and I was with Bill and his wife Babs, and we went to the bar to have. Well, we've checked in. We need a pint, and when they served up the pints, the two of us looked at each other and was like, "But where's the rest of it? Like, what is this? I'm in the country of the free. Everything is bigger and better. Why have you made your pints smaller?" Very, very upside down world. Anyway, so I've totally derailed us. This is not helping out. Let's get through 9 whiskeys before we all expire. Okay, so maybe if I put an age on it, because this list is of the retail bottlings is too long for you to read from your.
Yeah, but if don't put an age on it because we'll get there real quick.
All right,
Especially me, I know my numbers.
What about a region then?
Yeah.
Okay, Rain Man.
So is it Speyside?
It is not Speyside.
Okay, so it's not US retail Speyside.
He's not looking at the sheet yet. listeners.
No, eyeballs are right here, right here. You've got my undivided attention. I also didn't
You
want to
should
read
really have your
16
hands up this
offerings.
entire.
Can you give us some notes? I'd like to hear some notes.
All right. Okay. Well, the tasting notes that we have printed on the side of the bottle are entirely unhelpful, so I'm going to give you them. It says a wee Highland gem.
Oh, I know exactly what it is. I know exactly what
There's
it
only
is.
one of them.
There's only one of them.
There's only, and here's the interesting thing, Jess. That was you. That came from you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
not helpful at all, Jess.
Yeah,
Not
so
helpful at all,
Oh,
Jess.
regularly. There's loads of the bottles that I've been pouring recently where I've been like, I know this is me and I've not helped myself.
Well, this is so this is interesting because just as you're talking about seeing the ecom go out the door, you were part of the note taking, the tasting notes for this bottling. So did you partly select this because you already had that UK connection? You were familiar with this bottle?
So this kind of falls under what Joshua was saying as well at the beginning, which is something that surprised you. This is a distillery I don't know if I've had too much of at this age. And so when we tried this, when we were picking the casks, and I wrote that very unhelpful tasting note, this is really making my mouth water.
So good. So juicy, right?
Yeah.
This is really juicy. And I think to me, this kind of epitomizes when I think about sometimes when we talk about a generic tasting note for a region. Now, I know all the regions, you can absolutely put a bunch of asterisks and, there's this is the general character, but here are some that don't follow that. This kind of fits with what I think about, like kind of old-fashioned Highland whiskies.
Agreed. Wholeheartedly. That's why I do like that tasting note. I think that's exactly what that tasting note captures. A wee Highland gem.
I do remember saying it when the three of us were sat together, but I think that I was hoping for a few more flavor notes on it that would be a bit more descriptive. What we've not done, because we obviously don't have it on the e-commerce bottles, but we have it on the retail bottles, is how many points do you think we gave for... So the one that had the most points, I won't make this really drawn out, the highest ranking flavor category of our flavometer is sweet. How many sweet points do you think we gave it?
Oh, wow. I want to say it was probably 8.
And if not 8, 7.
6. Count.
And if not 7, 6.
2, 4, 5, 6.
6, 7.
6, and then we had... I don't understand this, but it's all over the internet. What the hell is 6, 7? Or is this just a thing kids say now, so we should say it all the time so they stop saying it?
Exactly that. Yes.
Kids say that? My kids haven't started saying
6, 7. Yeah. Tonight, just pull out 6, 7 in front of them, see if you get a response. Because I did it in front of Kai, and he went, "How do you know that?" He was forgetting his 15-year-old brother still lives in the house.
Why are kids saying things?
It's like a thing that they do. I don't know. I remember the day that my dad told me he had seen a video on the YouTube. My dad always had this really irritating way of like putting gaps in words that don't need to be there. So he'd been on the YouTube and he had seen a video that everybody was talking about. In this era, I started panicking, being like, there's a few notorious videos from this era. What has my dad seen? And I said, oh, what was it? And he said, I've seen the video everyone's talking about. It's called the Gangnam Style. And I just was like, oh, that's enough internet for you today. Goodbye. Close it all down. So I feel like you could use the 6, 7 like that.
So I don't think we've named the distillery yet.
We haven't. So because, well, now we name it. So I'll just hold it up and we can say that.
Yeah, I want to hear the name and why you selected it. Here we go.
This is a Balbler 17.
And the cask type on that? Cask finish?
This is a first full American oak PX sherry hogshead for 2.5 years. So 14 and a bit in something else and then 2.5 in this. And I like this because the sherry has obviously done some fairly decent work, but I do think the spirit is decently showing in this. 100%. It doesn't taste like all sherry. I picked this because, and actually when I think about it, I have a bit of a blind spot, an accidental blind spot for in-the-house whiskies. It's not deliberate because every time I have them, I'm like, shit, I should drink more of this, Old Pulteney, a Knock, or Knock Do. I really love the whiskies they're making. And then, of course, Jason's favourite, Balmenic.
Thank you.
It's doubly embarrassing.
Lunch represent.
Friends with the global ambassador for them, so that's on me. Sorry, Stuart. So when I was looking at the retail bottles that I could take from Jason's office and run away with, this was a pretty obvious choice for me. But I was also trying to think of things that you two wouldn't necessarily have gone for either.
Yeah, I really want to echo what you said a second ago, though, is the spirit shines through. The 2.5 years of sherry finishing provides a certain framework there, a certain backing to it, but Bal Blair really shines through in that bottling. I was able to pour that for some retail stores again last week, and it just turned heads. And the balance of it is really what captured people. So really happy that you picked that one. And again, a wee Highland gem from Jess.
I managed to visit at in April. Yeah, Easter. We were driving past the distillery, so we popped in and grabbed one of their very good hand fills too. So also a nice little holiday memory.
I didn't know they did hand fills.
Yeah. And they were all, the hand fills were all sub 100. There was 2, I think. Sub 100 quid a bottle. No arguments to be had from me. The one that we had was bourbon.
Takes mental notes. Okay.
Yeah, put it on the list. So that's my entry for US retail on my smash and grab through Jason's office.
I love it. That's a cracking selection. Really cracking.
Yeah, really nice.
All right. Can I follow Jess?
Yeah, please do. Yeah. Do it.
All right. What do you want to know?
Well, let's see the color. Let's see what we got. What are we dealing with? Listeners are going to love this one. Oh, Jesus. Oh, pale as piss.
For the listeners, this is my winter natural skin tone.
It's known as porcelain doll.
That
slightly green around the edges.
Very happy. Very happy.
So if it's as pale as that, we typically, if we're releasing something as pale as that, it's got to be Isla. It's got to be smoky.
No, let it smoke.
Like, I can't think of a single Space Cider, Highlander, Lowlander grain that we've released that so light.
Does make me very happy. Very happy.
You would just leave him alone in his office. It's fine. Everybody, don't go in.
You want me to confirm
it has
the island?
It's Isla, yes.
And how many US retail releases have we done from Isla in 2025?
So the question is, have we done a bourbon stoisha in retail?
Not yet, but it's on the way.
Yeah, so this is it's got to be a Bowmore. It's our Bowmore. Hey, 11-year-old Bowmore. There it is.
Totally wrong.
It's not.
You said it's got to be only one. So then you're lying again. All right.
Well,
don't you get me started on corrections to things that have been said and lies.
Bowmore is 2024, Joshua.
Bowmore is 2024.
Bowmore was here for Christmas 2024.
Yeah, you're right. You're 100% right.
So I stand by. There can be only one.
Yeah. Okay. They can. It's like a Highlander, right?
But apology accepted. You really took me to task on that one. But apology accepted. Sorry is the hardest word.
We've taken one off the list that we're in single-digit numbers of other options from Isla. So
this is it. Yeah, this is hilarious. Joshua 100% knows what this is.
I know it is. I'm having
how well received it was.
I'm having an absolute brain fart on what it is.
You won a 4-page list.
It's what are our so it's Coley. It's got to be Kalila.
There you go.
And it's got to be our wait.
Yeah, let's hear the age now.
Is it our 15-year-old?
Oh, well done. Well done. You put 2 fingers up and I wasn't sure where you were going to go with that. So
I was like 2, 12. Oh,
it's our 15-year-old.
15-year single cask refill bourbon Kalila.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
Oh,
this one really resonated. I poured this along with the other pours last week in Wichita. And Stephen Benson, who was my host, Dr. Stephen Benson, who was my host, he has been head over heels for this all in 25. He's been pouring it for people. And the reason today that I am pouring from our original cask sample is that I left the heel of the bottle with Stephen as a thank you for his hosting
Good for
me.
you. Yeah,
Very
good.
nice.
He was over the moon with that. So again, right? It's the nation. It's what do we hear back from the nation? What are they loving? What are they enjoying? You know this. We talk about this in our selections. We're hearing this from people like Josh Hodis out in LA. Refill, ex-bourbon, Isla is the order of the day. Like
Right.
just
Yeah.
clean, crisp, spirit-driven, limited cask influence. This is a winner for the nation. This is a nation-style dram.
Mhm.
Drink this all day long. So cheers, nation.
Cheers. Yeah.
Stephen
What's
Benson.
on Sunday?
It's also very nice to see a slightly older Kalila. I feel like we see a lot of, especially when they're pale bourbons, you know, quite young. And that's great. Kalila is absolutely great at every age. But it's nice to see a slightly older than your average indie bottling Kalila. 12 and under is very common. It's nice to see some of the other side of that. So 15 is a nice
Yeah, good point.
age to find as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
good point.
tasty. Just so enjoyable. Yeah, love that. Okay, Josh.
Sorry,
I
Josh,
promise
hit me.
not to look at my list for your US retail entry.
All right. So sharing the color with you.
Okay, color amberish, brightish.
Amberish. Yeah.
Would you
And,
say runny honey? Because clearly we're looking at it through a computer camera. Would you say runny honey for the color?
I like that. I like that. We've been using that lately. Runny
Yeah,
honey.
runny honey's fun.
Makes me sound like Winnie the Pooh.
100%. 100%.
And you're not wearing any trousers either, so that fits perfectly.
It's true. Well done.
Exactly what I was going to say. Well done.
Jason sets them up from the garden. I'll just, knock them in from the house.
Well
You're
done.
welcome. High
What
five.
a team. What a team.
Yeah.
Not
I'll
looking
tell you,
directing traffic.
here's one thing I can tell you, that I think I may have selected this as my favorite 2025 bottling when we selected this in 24 as a bottling for 25.
Those are some high goals to set yourself.
It was
2024,
just,
you were like, that's it. There's nothing we can top this in the whole of 25.
it surprised me. It really did. And then beyond that, it has a particular balance to it that I just find remarkable. It is just so perfect, so even keeled. It ticks all of the boxes in such a wonderful, harmonious way.
Do the three of us have a close personal friend associated with this distillery?
We do not.
You don't know who I know.
We don't know anybody at this
presumptive.
distillery.
Okay.
Challenge accepted. I'll get out my little Rolodex. I'm ready.
Is it a traditional cask style bourbon or sherry?
It is not a traditional cask style. And don't look at your fucking sheet, Jason.
I don't need to know exactly what this is.
Oh, you do? Okay. Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Is there a charring associated with this particular version?
There might be.
When we also sit together selecting the casks, and you're like, that's going to be the cask of 25. Like, it kind of resonates, and then you start pouring it, and you're like, that is crushing, absolutely crushing. Yeah. Yep.
I don't remember you saying that when we picked these casks.
So I don't know
But
if I
to be
said
fair,
it.
we
I don't know if
were
I
trying
said
to
it
get through a lot of
aloud.
casks.
Yeah, we did. We tried to get. I mean, how many
We were
hundreds
trying to do
of casks?
130. In fact, there was
Yeah.
more, wasn't there? Did we not achieve 130 and then there was like a bunch that you guys took home with you?
Or did we get to 130 and begged out of the rest?
I think we did.
Yeah. Is it from a distillery that not a lot of people think about?
Most people do not know this distillery. Yeah.
Is it one of the tea distilleries? Letter, not Bush.
It is not. It is
not a tea distillery.
not a tea distillery.
All right. All right.
Did we
That's
get a
interesting.
region?
I honestly thought I would have put money on you picking our Tianinic
Tianinic.
charred red
Yeah,
wine
yeah.
in 2025.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been too far. I mean, I've definitely been going down a Tianinic rabbit hole. This is what I'll say. This may give you a hint. More for Jason. I don't know, Jess, if I've told you this story. But Bikram Singh turned me on to this distillery. I knew about this distillery, but it was Bikram that turned me on to this distillery through a particular bottling. And once he showed me this bottling, I just started snapping up other indie bottling, other versions, other casks, and I keep on buying versions of it. And you and I, the three of us, we if it pops up on a sheet, we're like, "Ooh, let's take a look at this." And this one surprised us.
Is this from an M distillery?
It is from an M distillery.
I can't believe. One hand, I can't believe you didn't pick, the Cedar Ridge. I can't believe you didn't pick the Tianinic. This is all right. So this is 17 years old. Just
17
like
years old. Yeah.
There you go. Look at that. You two with the 17-year-olds. And so Joshua's is the Manach Moor.
Manach Moor.
17
years with the final 3 years in refill red wine, charred red wine barrique.
That release had both the Manach Moor charred red wine and the Tianinic charred red wine.
The difference being, this is when we found out that Manach Moor has a peated run, and we didn't know that Manach Moor ran peated spirit for a small period, in the year, and it just surprised us. And that's where I said about the balance, right? I think that little addition of smoke just brought about this balance, this harmony through everything that I keep coming back to. Yeah, just really, it surprised me. And yeah.
If Jess's truncated note on the bottle was charred red wine, if hers was a wee Highland gem, what's your truncated note on that Manach Moor label?
Strawberry, sandalwood, smoky.
Ah, there you go. There you go. Right. Yeah. Normally we would avoid the smoky because it's on the flavometer. This was an opportunity to draw attention to that. And look at that, a 3.
Yeah, 3 for smoky. Yeah.
Yeah, the smoke is a wisp in there. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think the Kalila, like I say, I don't have the Kalila bottle in front of me. I think the Kalila talks about like classic distillery style or a classic Kalila or something like that. Because that spirit really shines through on that bottling.
Nice.
Really terrific.
Yep. Really nice. Really terrific. There we go.
All right. Let's go around the doors for ROW here. Now we get to make the same comment that Jess makes about the things that come to the US, which is we don't sit around with bottlings for the global markets. Those certainly don't come to the US. We do often taste together, select together, so we have had some history of them. In
my defense, we have some selected retail partners who could ship them to you in the US. Give or take some unsavory additions that are currently occurring to shipments into the US. But there is an opportunity if you are so hell-bent, and I've done such a good job of selling these bottles to you, there is nobody in the US offering that back to me. Just like to point that
out. That's an interesting point. Yeah, I wonder if any retailer in the US ships outside the shores.
They might be shipping olive oil or lava lamps.
No one's figured out the full legal reason.
The mad thing about it is it's not illegal in the UK to receive spirits. We can receive booze in the post. There's no reason for it to not arrive. What it needs is a proper declaration on the label. So not lava lamps, but it is totally, you can send booze in the post to the UK.
Yeah.
We just have to get out of the US first.
Yeah. Laws.
Come on, USPS. We keep saying this. Open up alcohol shipments. You can do it.
USPS.
You can do it. You
Say
can do
the
it.
USPS.
I was just waiting for you to like pop and lock at the end of that. That's where I really thought that was going.
Oh gosh, and he will as
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Ask and
what I
you shall
wanted.
receive.
listeners open up the youtube.com. You too at this minute marker will
And
see
then
Joshua popping and locking.
head to a
and potentially
popular
just repeating
international
a quote.
video called The Gangnam Style.
Coming to the YouTube.
Okay. Coming to the
So-
YouTubes near you.
So without having the bottle in front of me, without having the opportunity to talk about notes, I will say, and this is going to give the game away pretty quickly here.
Mm.
When we were together in March,
Mhm.
and we three, along with bless his cotton socks, Chris Hallstrom, sweet Scott,
Long
was
suffering.
working his tail off. Yeah, might be one of the four of us who actually was working. That was for Chris's benefit. You're welcome, Chris. There was a bottle that the three of us were waxing lyrical about, and very quickly we threw around words like award worthy. And I know, Jess, in you going out, when we were pouring it in Leith, but then you going out and pouring it further afield, you've only had reflected back to you the sheer quality of this particular bottling. And this one, Joshua, takes me back to an island that I grew up looking across the Firth of Clyde at. And I think this is our absolute home run bottling in 2025 in the global offerings. Do one of the two of you want to say it out loud and save me the trouble?
Jess, do you want to say it or shall I?
No, I want to see if the three of us have all used our one collective brain cell to channel this.
It is our Aaron 9-year-old first fill sherry cask.
Holy moly, that Locranza was
Locranza.
incredible.
Stunning.
Incredible.
Stunning.
And again, right, there's tons of great casts round about it. The three of us, you know that thing, and I know a lot of our listeners will do this as well because they're geeks. But when you take a sip and while the liquid is still in your mouth, you give your friend, you lock eyes and you go, Three of us did that in tasting that from the bottle. So that's absolute winner. I've spent the rest of 25 thinking about that. Must get my hands on a bottle if any remains in any stores. Jess
Good luck with that. I think it's very much gone.
I meant to get a bottle of that while we were in Leith, but I didn't. And then you snooze, you lose, and I've lost.
You snozzed, you lost.
Gone. Yeah, long.
Not a bottling though. That was 9. Was that 9 years old?
Yep, 9 years old. Full maturation
in
sherry. We bottled it at 57.1, so like an old-fashioned 100 proof, and it was great. And I gave it to you two blind as a little sample when we were in the hotel room, and said, try this. So obviously the three of us had tried it at Cask Selection, but obviously some time and quite a few drams have passed in the intervening period of time, and you two were so excited by it. And when I was like, it's one of ours, I watched you both be like, and then I was like, it's mine. This also demonstrates, sometimes when people ask me how we select casks, what's our process, how does it look, what do we do, and how do we decide who gets what casks? This is one that when we tried this, I was instantly like, this is staying for the global releases. This is such a good cask. I really want to sell it in the UK. So sometimes I put my foot down, and you two very kindly let me get my own way. This cask was definitely one of those. I would have been extremely sad to watch this sail off into the US. Whereas, you had opportunities to purchase. You were literally in the country. You snozzed, you lost, or whatever you just said. So I feel like game's a game.
So did you then, Jess, have a global bottling that to your mind surpassed this Locranza in 25? Because this set an early bar.
It definitely set an early bar. And given that I was also going to pick this as my favorite, But I think maybe for my, I'll give it the Joshua Morrissey Hatton surprise dram that we were
Ooh.
also pouring at the same Independent Spirits Festival. We had a Tormore that's in New Charred Oak, and it is delicious. And I've really enjoyed that. So I went on a road show in Germany this year, pouring in a few different cities over the space of about a week and a bit. And we were pouring the Tormore and the Locranza together. That's what Prinius, our German partner, had picked to have for most of the nights. And it was really fun because the Arran is a really fun, delicious, like there's nothing more you could ask of that dram. It's wonderful. Super good, great price, young, delicious age. Drinks, I think like it's a little bit older than that. Lovely. And I think people were maybe excited about trying that when they saw names on paper. But actually, when it came to drinking liquid, the Tormore did so well in every tasting we ran. People were so excited. And I was very nervous about being in Leith and pouring a Tormore whilst able to eyeball Ollie on his Tormore table at the other end of the room.
Right.
I was quite anxious about that. But we had loads of people being like, this is delicious. And that was exciting to be like, well, if you like Tormore, you should go to Tormore's table and try more of them. Yeah. I think it's a brand, I've been saying that, I was saying it last week in Hamburg. I think it's a brand that unless you were particularly deep diving, you probably haven't come across before. But I think under the Elixir ownership, there's going to be a lot more from Tormore themselves, but I think there'll be a lot more indie bottlers shining a light on Tormore, and that's really exciting to bring a distillery that's maybe not getting as much attention as it deserves being brought to the front. So Arran is my real answer. The Locranza is my real answer. But as you picked it, I'll give a little wee runners up to the Tormore from that same release.
Fantastic. Yeah, cheers, Jess. Yeah, cracking Cask.
Doesn't mean that we rested on our laurels and for the rest of the year. There's some really good stuff coming at the end of the year, but that's for another podcast to discuss. And I've had an opportunity to get my claws into the odd bottle or two. Okay, so Joshua, do you have a winner from the Global ROW?
I do. So last March, the three of us were together. And Jess, you had poured me a sample blindly. And what I had tasted, to my mind, was old school Macallan. It really tasted like something straight out of the 80s. And it ended up being our 9-year-old Lacranza. Just blown away. Absolutely.
Okay, so we did all collaborate on the same
we
thing.
Did not, no, not at all.
And obviously, as a terrible representative of Single Cask Nation, I've arrived in Virginia with not a lick of our own liquid, which is terrible. I brought lots of things for lots of other people. I just then didn't have space to add in a bunch of ROW bottling stuff. Which I feel, I'm very sorry, mea culpa. But that was terrible. But the people who are going to receive boxes from USPS are going to be very happy. So tough titties. I'll just have to come back.
It also does fantastically well in our end of October buying guide when we name the thing that you're already shaking your head like, good luck getting your hands on that.
You know what I will say for our Canadian listeners, their shipment of this just arrived. It had just arrived. So for everybody in Canada and people who can get shipments from Canada, you have access to this.
Jess, we can be in country in 12 hours.
Great.
And we drive by Joshua's house on the way there. So
we'll pick him up.
Yep.
Feel like something out of Mean Girls. Get in there.
Get 3 bottles.
We're going to Canada.
Yeah.
Now, on the downside, it puts us nowhere near our importers, but we can be in country in 12 hours.
Yeah.
Canada's famously a really small place, so yeah, we're really close. They'll probably come out, meet us halfway. Be fine. Okay, well, if you want me to give you,
I'll give them that.
They're very nice people, the lovely PWS boys. If we would like to give an October ROW buying guide thing that is probably still in shops and you should definitely go buy, I have 2. One is the Tormore, which is still in very tiny pockets, but you can use the Google machine to locate that.
Fantastic.
The other thing is from our 10th release. We've got a little 17-year-old Glenelgin, which is an absolute cracker. It's, I think, another bit of a sleeper distillery. Has been in sherry. It's got a lovely, rich, great body to it. And that has been in Spanish oak, I think, Spanish oak, Oloroso Hogshead. And it's That's a real belter. And I think we've in RW only ever done one other Glenelgan, and we did that right at the beginning, one of the very first releases. I think it might have been our second RW release, so probably 2020, so quite a long time ago. And we did a 10-year-old Glenelgan that was in bourbon, and that was great. It was like a little firework. It had so much going on, and this is a big brother to it, but maybe with a bit more kind of developed character. So I would definitely go see if you can get a bottle of that. If you want one that is, as a recommendation, that's, run to the store and purchase it now, is a really lovely whiskey, and definitely is at retail. So you can find that in all the usual places.
That's awesome. Yeah, one of the retailers last week, Glenelgan guy, and I was going to tell him where that Glenelgan was going, and so
just to upset him.
Mentioned it in today's.
It's a very strange business model. Here's some things you can't buy. Go to the UK.
That's been the name of our game from expansion onwards. There we go. We've been doing this for a while. Oh, that's fantastic. I love hearing all three of us picking that Lacrans, and then I love there being some other leaves on the branches worth sourcing. So awesome. Cheers, friends. That was lovely. Just what we needed this end of October. Good chat, good drams.
Yep. Really nice to get together. So listen, I know you guys got to get out. You have an evening ahead of you.
We do indeed.
And so I'm going to let you two go. But before you go, I want to thank our viewers, thank our listeners. And of course, for our viewers who may not have subscribed, boom, check this out. Now you can, because I've told you to do so. I've unleashed a banner that suggests, not just suggests, tells you to subscribe. Right?
Implores.
It's an instruction. Do it now.
So subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you're a listener and you want to look at our faces, now you can also look at Jess's lovely porcelain face on YouTube.
So pale. Tell you what, though, I'm coming back from a trip to Virginia with a suntan, which is unheard of in October in Scotland. So
amazing.
By which you mean sunburn?
Yeah, sure.
Same diff.
Same time.
And listeners and viewers may have heard last week, the very good Michael Applebaum had written in. He sent us an email. And you can do the very same. info@singlecastnation.com. We'd love to hear from you, and we will read it on an episode. And please do keep an eye on our website, singlecastnation.com. We are relaunching November 6th, and we have those 6 new whiskeys coming in, which we didn't mention on this episode. We did mention the 6 whiskeys last episode, but there's some absolute crackers coming. 21-year-old Bowmore, PX Sherry. Oh, man, I'm still drooling on that one. The Williamson, the Peated Auchentoshan, the list goes on. So anyway, keep your eye on our website. Keep your eye on our email. Did I miss anything, Jess, Jason?
Nope.
It was pretty comprehensive.
Yep. We're off to the next part of today's shenanigans.
Well, get your shenanigans on again.
Cheers from the wee bit in the bottom of my glass.
Cheers, friends.
Cheers.
Cheers. You are all the nation.